and welcome back to the Lazy Girl's Kitchen. My name is Maggie, and on today's episode I'm going to share with you how I like to make my confetti cupcakes from scratch. Confetti cupcakes or cakes, whatever, are my favorite cake flavor. Besides tiramisu, I love it, but like a box cake, it's my favorite. But they're always super sweet, so I decided to kind of make my own combination and make it just the same exact flavor, just kind of cut down on the sugar a little bit. So without further ado, let me take you through the list of ingredients. So before we go any further, you're going to want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees and then take a cupcake tin and just line it with some cupcake liners. And to make the actual cupcake part of it, this isn't any of the frosting part, we're going to make the cupcake first. You're going to need some vanilla extract, some eggs, some sugar, some vegetable oil, plain yogurt, just plain, not flavored, milk, all-purpose flour, butter, and then sprinkles of your choice. So I forgot to mention when I was going through the dry ingredients, in my all-purpose flour I have my baking powder and then some salt. I'm sorry, I forgot about that, but those were already in my little container bowl, so I just forgot about it. So we're just going to give these a nice toss, make sure everything is nice and incorporated. And then I'm going to set this aside. So now, to my butter, I'm going to add in my sugar. Now with my handheld mixer, I'm going to mix this for about 2 to 3 minutes until it gets nice and fluffy. And then I'll meet you back here to show you what it looks like. Okay, so my butter and sugar mixture is nice and fluffy. So I'm going to add in my eggs. And I'm going to beat this for a few minutes until it's nice and incorporated. And then I'll meet you back here to assemble the rest. To this mixture, now I'm going to add in my vanilla extract, my oil, and my yogurt. This is about just a tablespoon. This really isn't that much, but I find that it really makes it nice and fluffy and binds everything so well. So I'm going to mix this for a few more minutes and then I'll meet you back. So my mixture is nice and incorporated. It's super glossy. It's beautiful. So to this I'm going to add in half of my dry ingredients. I'm going to mix this with the milk. I don't want to overmix, so once it's nice and combined, I'm going to add in the other half and mix that in. Perfect. Okay, and set this aside. I'm just going to scrape the sides of my bowl just to make sure everything is nice and incorporated. Look at this batter. Oh, it's so beautiful. Now the reason you don't want to overmix is because flour is gluten, so once you release, overmix it, it becomes super dense, almost like the consistency of bread. You don't want that. You want it to be a nice fluffy muffin. Very light, very airy, and if you overmix it, it's going to be really dense, so you don't want that. So in here, I'm just going to add in some sprinkles. I'm not going to do too much, but just enough. Look at that. You can already see the beautiful colors. All right. So I'm going to clean up a little bit and then I'll meet you back here so we can scoop our batter into our cupcake tin. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to scoop your batter into your cupcake liners. I use these silicone ones. I love them. They're reusable. The stuff just slips right out of here. It's my favorite thing to do. And since it's rainbow, I'm kind of doing super colorful. So if you know me, you know that this is my best friend, the ice cream scoop. If you're using a small one like me, I usually do 2 scoops. If you have a bigger one, 1 scoop should be fine. So I'm going to finish scooping these in, and then you're going to put them into your preheated oven, which is preheated at 350 for 18 to 20 minutes, or until you put a toothpick through the middle one and it comes out clean. You definitely don't want to over bake them, but we also don't want them not baked on the inside, so just check on them, I would say at the 18-minute mark, and then I will show you what they look like when they come out of the oven, and then we can make the frosting. Okay, so my muffins were in the oven for exactly 18 minutes and I just took them out. This is what they look like. This is still kind of warm, but I'm gonna show you how to make the frosting. So for the frosting, what you're gonna need is cream cheese at room temperature, and then butter softened at room temperature. You're gonna need some powdered sugar, some vanilla extract, and then if your mixture is a little bit thick, we can thin it out with some whole milk or whatever milk you use. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna combine the cream cheese and the butter mixture until they're nicely combined, and then we're gonna add in our powdered sugar. So my cream cheese and butter are nicely combined. I'm just gonna scrape the sides of my bowls, or my bowl. Okay, and now gradually I'm gonna add in my powdered sugar. Now, I do this gradually because if you do it all at once, you're going to get a powdered facial. Everything's going to go on you. So just do it gradually on low speed until you're all out of the powdered sugar. So my powdered sugar is now fully incorporated into my cream cheese and butter. And I did scrape down the bowl a couple of times just to make sure everything is nicely incorporated. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and add in my vanilla extract. And I'm gonna mix this until it's well combined. So my frosting is all set, and this is the consistency I like. It's not too thick at all, so I'm not even gonna add in any milk. I don't need to. So now I'm just gonna clean up, and then we can frost our cupcakes. Okay, so all I did was I took a piping bag, a Ziploc bag, and I just cut a hole on the bottom and filled it with my frosting, and then I just pipe it on here. Now, I am not an expert at piping at all. Actually, I'm not even remotely good. So I'm just gonna do my own thing here, and hopefully they will look semi okay. There we go. So then what I do is I take some sprinkles, and to cover up the bad job I did on the piping, I'm just gonna sprinkle it everywhere. There we go. I wish I was better at the decorating part of it, but I'm really not. But you know what? All that matters is that they taste good. There we go. Ta-da! Alright, let me give these a try with you guys. There you are. Actually, let me move the lamp so I can see you. Alright, so I'm going to eat one of these fellas. See, they come out super clean. It's perfection. It really is. It tastes just like the Funfetti from the box, but it's not as sweet. But then you get that nice tanginess from the cream cheese frosting. So good. Honestly, so good. All right. You have to head over to www.thelazygirlskitchen to make these because they're that amazing. They really are worth the time, and they taste so good and so fresh. Oh, perfect. So head over, get the recipe. Make sure you subscribe and make sure you give me a big thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.